We're here at Paracon at Shooting Star Casino in Minnesota, where Stanton Friedman has just finished giving a talk about science and UFOs and different ways of looking at the universe. And you've been asked pretty well every question I can imagine in the many years that you've been at this. What's one question that you've never been asked, but you wish had been asked?
Hard to find one, because I've been asked so many questions, not only at my lectures, but in classroom visits and seminars and rap sessions and all that sort of stuff. One question would be, why do you think the astronomical community is so negative in its approach about UFOs?
Okay.
Because it's something I could expound on. I talk about SETI and silly effort to investigate and stuff.
Okay.
But nobody's really asked me, you know, why.
Okay, well, why is the astronomical community so down on UFOs?
Now, understand, I'm not a psychiatrist.
Okay.
I'm a physicist. But my impression, and from all the questions that I've had and so forth, discussions that I've had, is that they think of themselves with undeserved arrogance, that since they're the ones who study the universe out there, they must be the ones who know most about it.
Okay.
B, they don't want to admit that they've been misrepresenting the facts about flying saucers and a number of other things for many years. For example, it's been my experience that astronomers know nothing about deep space travel, interstellar travel, nuclear fusion, all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, that they're the last people I'd go to for advice about how thinking beings would behave, should behave, could behave. Might go to a social worker, a psychiatrist, or something like that, but an astronomer, what do they know about
Okay, yeah, true.
Human actions and so forth? Another area where I found that they're totally deficient is this whole question of national security. They seem to think governments can't keep secrets because nobody asked them to keep secrets, I guess. I worked under security for 14 years, and some of the things they say are just stupid.
What's one example?
Well, I think Dr. Tyson's comment, given with great thoughtfulness, as proof that the government can't keep secrets, is how much we know about President Clinton's genitalia.
Which is considerable, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, with the Monica Lewinsky stuff and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But what in the world does that have to do with governments keeping secrets? Just as Dr. Seth Shostak has said, the proof is what a lousy job FEMA did on Katrina. There's no connection there. That's not governments keeping secrets. Mm-hmm. Another illustration uses how badly the post office is run.
Not much to do with secrets.
No, I mean, let's talk about the CIA, DIA, NSA, ONI. They're real secret keepers. You know, the NRO. Another thing is, they seem to have no understanding that there was research done outside the academic world. I've had two people tell me if Roswell really happened, they'd have had to pull half the physicists out of the colleges in the country. And I said, that's utterly ridiculous. Aren't you totally unaware of places like Los Alamos and Sandia and Livermore and Oak Ridge and Hanford? These are thousands of people there, many of them scientists and engineers who have security clearances.
Right.
You know, they know how to keep secrets. And they certainly, if I were in charge of trying to figure out what happened at Roswell, there are plenty of guys I could go to.
And I guess Manhattan Project, another example.
Well, the Manhattan Project is a perfect example, and a lot of the same people were still around. Van Bush, who's active in the UFO side as far as I'm concerned, and they knew what Manhattan Project was based on some people knowing who the important people were in a whole bunch of areas of technology, who had clearances. Mm-hmm. That was a key thing. It wasn't enough that they were smart. You had to have them under your thumb.
And there were like 60,000 people working, right?
Yeah, at one time or another. So it's almost as if the astronomers are living in a dream world. The far out technology. I wonder how many of them know that at 1G acceleration it only takes a year to get close to the speed of light. I've had them guess 1,000 years. That's a little bit off. Or do they forget they want half an Einstein? They'll talk about the speed of light, but they forget that as time slows down, as speed goes up, time slows down for things moving that fast. That's kind of important if you want to go someplace, you know? And so they're living in a world that's unrelated to reality, but that their arrogance says that, oh, they're the big shots in this area. And that's a darn shame, because they are, in one way or another, suppressing the transfer of information. What's his name? The Astronomer Royal of England recently said, only kooks see UFOs. What a stupid comment to make. There are books by astronomers that you could look at that show astronomers see UFOs. You know, and why would anybody come here just to meet with idiots, or words to that effect, he said. And again, what kind of thinking is that? Where does he get the basic information on which he bases that stupid statement?
And there you have it. One question that Stan Friedman has never been asked, and his answer.